Has CapCut been corrupted by capitalism? Well, obviously, I saw a tweet showing that they're putting audio extraction behind a paywall. A paywall. If you want to extract audio from your video, you now have to pay for it. Now, to people who don't edit, basically what a lot of editors do is they'll screen record like a 10-second snippet of a song, and then they'll extract the audio from that snippet and then create an edit out of that short piece of audio. Now, instead of just simply pressing a button to do it, a guy will have to download a whole song, import it into his files, just so that he'll be able to create like a 10-second edit using that full song. He doesn't need the full song. But the greed of this company is so insane, because now imagine if they can just put a simple feature like audio extraction behind a paywall. What's stopping them from putting audio imports behind a paywall? Now, admittedly, I use CapCut Pro. I started using CapCut Pro in December last year so that I could kickstart this channel and my now dead TikTok page where I used to post edits. Now, the reason why I got CapCut Pro is because the amount of ads they were putting in the application was just far too disruptive for my workflow. When I would open the app, there's an ad right there. Like, you know, when you open up TikTok and you see an ad, the moment you open up TikTok, they were doing that with CapCut. That's okay, that's cool. Just an ad over there. If I use the app for like more than 5 minutes, I would get another ad, and they would just keep coming through during my workflow. And even when I want to export the video now, there would be another ad. It was just too many ads. It's just too many disruptions for me to just make a simple edit. And the second reason why I had to get CapCut Pro is because they started implementing a watermark feature within the application. So now every time you export a video, there'll be a CapCut logo like somewhere in the corner, bro. And this was never there before. There was never a watermark feature, but then they started to implement that to force people to start to buy CapCut Pro. I realized having that annoying watermark on my videos will reduce the quality of my content, so I might as well pay a subscription for it. And after I pay for the subscription, I'll do the most to get my channel up and running. I've gotten my channel monetized in February, and now my channel's content covers for my CapCut Pro subscription, enabling me to continuously create content. But a lot of kids who are just editors don't want to be YouTubers, they just want to be editors. And I don't know how else video editors can get work unless they're editing for other YouTube videos or whatever. Someone might see an impressive Ronaldo edit and then be like, yo, could you edit for my YouTube video or something? That might be how they may make money to support their subscription of whatever video editing service they use, right? But the people who I think are getting the biggest hit out of CapCut continuously becoming more capitalistic are just the casual editors. Someone might just want to make a cinematic tribute to Ronaldo or their favorite player, or they just want to make an edit of their favorite car because they just want to be able to capture that moment in a cinematic setting. Those casuals are being fed an app which is damn near unusable. And I know a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, just go to a substitute, bro. Just go to another app. All the other substitutes are trash. Everyone started using CapCut because it was so amazing for a free platform. And to be honest, we all knew that when CapCut Pro would start rolling out that some things were going to change, but we didn't expect it to be this bad. With CapCut Pro, what we were expecting were additional features which we would have to pay for, and a lot of people don't mind that. All right, if you want to play Fortnite, it's fine, you can play Fortnite, but if you want to get additional things for Fortnite, you gotta pay for some V-Bucks or whatever. You know, no one's complaining. Fortnite is completely free to download, you know what I mean? It still runs perfectly fine even if you don't buy any skins or anything whatsoever. The problem with CapCut is when they started rolling out Pro, they would roll out Pro with like exclusive new features where it's like, okay, if you want to export your videos in 4K, you gotta have CapCut Pro. If you want to use this new feature we have over here, you gotta use CapCut Pro. But it was always new features which required CapCut Pro. But because the app was working perfectly fine without the need of these premium features, everyone was okay with it as it is. But then they did a 180 on us. You know what? They gained our trust as editors, and they gained a massive following and a lot of downloads and all this type of stuff because they were a really good free video editing software. But where they stabbed every single CapCut user in the back was taking previously free features and then putting them in the premium tier. So for example, what I just showed you, extracting audio used to be something everyone could do. Now you have to pay for it. Exporting your video in 1080p used to be free for everybody. Now you have to pay for it. You'll notice there's additional things over there like AI Ultra HD. If that's a pro feature, that's an additional feature, that's fine. Optic flow being an additional feature, that's fine. You can pay for those things because those are additions you've made to the app. Where we have a problem is we could always export our videos in 1080p. Now you're forcing us to pay for 1080p, bruh. We could always export our videos without a watermark. Now you're making us pay to remove the watermark. Going back to that Fortnite example, imagine if you could play all the Fortnite you wanted for free, not spending a single buck on V-Bucks, and then Fortnite hits you with a like, oh yeah, you can only have 3 matches in a day now, unless you pay for Fortnite Pro or whatever. Why would they do that to their own customer base? And that's what CapCut is doing to us, because we never had to pay for these features. I could go on and on about all the filters which used to be free, but now they're locked behind a paywall. But if I went and I showed you, I'll even show screenshots right now. Every single filter, every single effect, everything in this app, you have to pay for it. There are very, very, very limited free things. And how can you call yourselves, well, they used to call themselves a free video editor, now they just call themselves a video editor. But there is no way, it's completely unusable on the free version because of all those ads. Everything which used to be decent, everything which used to be free is now locked behind a paywall. So now everything you have at your disposal to edit is just bare bones. And the thing is, they're not slowing down on the previously free things or the things which are free right now, which they'll end up locking up behind a paywall. For example, overlays. Overlays might just end up getting locked up behind a paywall. The ability to split videos might be locked behind a paywall. I remember captions. Remember captions on CapCut used to be free, and then they made us pay for captions. I was like, okay, maybe it's training on the AI. I understand why you guys are making us pay for the captions. But that was something which used to be free. This app used to be so amazing when it was free, and everyone would use it and everyone would use it to edit. But now you guys have locked everything behind paywalls. You can't use this app without paying for it. Now, before I read you guys these reviews of this app, I just want to go back to what I was saying about the whole premium or pro feature tier. Alright, nobody would be mad at CapCut for having a pro feature if they just put out additional things like what I said before, like the Ultra HD. That's a new addition. You can put it in your pro tier. 4K, that's an addition. Maybe it's training. Put it in your pro tier. Captions, put it in your pro tier. What is the other thing? Optic flow, put it in your pro tier, because those are additions which you made to the app, so no one minds that being in a pro tier. What we don't like is the fact that you're taking away the stuff which used to be free from us. Like extracting audio, like do you guys need money that bad that you need to take away extracting audio from us, bro? Like the bills cannot be that high. The bills cannot be that high that you're taking away simple standard features from the app to make it almost, well, not even almost, to make it completely unusable. You gained all of our trust and then you stab us in the back, bruh. To give you guys an analogy of this greed, imagine if Apple releases a new update for the iPhone where if you don't pay $1 per month, your phone can only charge up until 50%. Like imagine if Apple did that. Imagine if Spotify said, well, you know, usually at the premium tier, Spotify premium tier, you're allowed unlimited downloads. Now you're limited to 500 downloads. And now if you pay like an extra $10 or whatever, then you get unlimited downloads. Like, why would you impose these restrictions on your audience already? Apple hopefully would never do that. Spotify hopefully would never do that. But CapCut came out with all these free features and they started bringing them back. They were like, nah, you know what? All these free features, nah. Now you only get, if there's 10 filters you can use, only 2 of them are free and 8 of them you have to pay for them. How could this company get so greedy? I don't get it. But anyway, guys, let me get into these comments. I'm just unlocking my phone right now. I literally feel what this brother is feeling. Greed turned this app from amazing to useless. 1-star review. People know CapCut for one thing only, and that is the fact that it was an extremely powerful editing app that was completely free and didn't hide many features behind a paywall. Now they have added an unremovable watermark and they've decided to lock some of their best features behind a paywall. It's genuinely just discussing the level of greed because they removed the core idea that caused their app to be so popular. If they wanted to make more money, they could have just increased ads. Hell no, they should not just increase ads, bro. They should, no, that's not the way. But I hear what you're saying. But they have just removed the entire reason that people chose CapCut instead of other apps because it was free and didn't lock features such as removing a watermark behind paywalls. I genuinely hope and pray this app fails. Yo, I can feel it, bro. Because they have just screwed over so many passionate creators who finally had a powerful tool to allow them to edit and create high quality videos without needing much money. If you're looking for an editing app, go somewhere else. Don't support this greed. You only enable them further to screw their target audience over. I guess I'm also contributing to the further screwing over of people because by me paying for it, it's now enabling. They now know it works. They now know that making the app unusable at a free tier works. It's gonna force people to pay for it because I'm one of the people who was forced to pay for it. for it. Let's look at this. Everything is becoming pro, 1-star review. Okay, your app is totally alright with editing. I've just seen that all the recent effects and filters that I use are now becoming pro, which is literally what happened to me, because all the previous stuff I used to use just randomly became a pro feature now, right? And it used to be free. But back to what you were saying, I've just seen that all the recent effects and filters that I use are now becoming pro, which really makes me mad because I've been using Capcut to edit, but you guys making everything pro is not it. Literally 2/3 of the effects and filters and other stuff are now becoming pro. I might have to switch apps and find another editing app to edit, because I remember Capcut being all free, not until now, and some of the filters have free on them with a time limit, in which I mean they would become pro anytime soon. I love your app though. Thank you for reading this. I do really expect some changes. So what they would do is they would say, oh yeah, this is gonna be free for a limited time only, right? But yeah, run up that effect as much as you can before it becomes pro, otherwise you now know you have to pay for it. Alright, one last review. This is a 2-star review. I may need to find another editing app to use. I feel what they're going through, bro. Capcut has always been a good free experience, but it's gotten to the point where you feel forced into upgrading to pro, which is literally what I went through. And I just want to say, side note, I wouldn't mind being a pro user if I chose to be a pro user, if I chose to pay, because I'm willing to support the company in that way, because they do have a good app, and I would be willing to support them by choosing to be a pro member. But I'm supporting them in the worst way possible because I'm forced to support them right now. I'm forced to pay for the app, because if I don't pay for this app, I can't edit these videos. If I can't edit these videos, I can't. You guys know how it goes. You guys know how it goes. But anyway, let's get back into this review. Free features are now paid to play, and now adding watermarks on my videos and needing to upgrade to remove them has always been an annoying thing developers do. So also, like me, they're upset about the watermarks. A user's free app experience is how a good relationship and trust is built between a user and an app, but I feel like the free experience has been ruined because almost everything requires you to upgrade to pro. For this reason, I'm looking at competition who might be able to give me a better experience. I enjoyed using the app, but these recent changes are not it, and I hope you guys figure it out soon. And you'll notice something about these comments is they're all from December, which is when I also decided to get Capcut Pro, because all those ads and everything becoming a pro feature was just too much for me. It became too difficult to edit, so I didn't want to learn any other editing software. Even though I do know Adobe Premiere Pro, I used that before getting into Capcut, but I liked Capcut because it's on my phone. It's easier for me to edit on my phone, and then I can instantly upload something on TikTok or whatever. Like, I can film on my camera and then I can upload directly afterwards. I can take a screen recording with my phone and then I can edit it right then and there. I don't need to use my laptop to do that type of stuff. That's why I stopped using Premiere Pro as much. Plus, Premiere Pro is very difficult to use, and this app is very easy to use. That's why I really enjoyed using it. But then when they made the free version so unusable, it forced me and probably many others to just get Capcut Pro, because Lord have mercy, you cannot use this app without paying for it. And there's tons of comments over here. I just took a screen recording. Aside from your occasional bot comment where they say, oh yeah, this is a great app, everybody is saying this app has become greedy. Like, this app has become so greedy. Oh yeah, one last review. This is from Friday, so this is recent. So Capcut has turned into a greedy mess, and it's a 1-star review. I feel like I don't even need to read this comment because I know everything he's going to say. Everything is hidden behind a paywall. It used to be free, but now everything is a cash grab. Capcut, I don't know why you guys did this. I don't know why TikTok started implementing this, because y'all are owned by the same company, isn't it? ByteDance. But bro, if you're gonna release something for free, then it should stay free. You know, don't then start to implement little oh yeah, it was free yesterday, but now you gotta pay for it today. No, if you release the product with everything existing as free at the stage of release, you can have additional features which are pro. But what we don't want is the fact that extracting audio, I now have to pay to extract audio. Come on, bro, be real now. Come on, Capcut, this ain't it, bro.